Hey guys, welcome back. This is Randy here, and we're going to be talking about something I'm getting a lot of questions about, and it is the daily routine. Now that, COVID-19 has done its thing, and I mean it continues to mess up people's lives, and now we have a lot of our school children that are going, grandchildren, school children, whatever, are going back to schools, and the routines that we normally had have gotten all messed up, right? Some people are at home because guess what? They're able to be at home and operate that way. Some people that have to go into the factories, they have to go into the pizza shops, they have to go into the restaurants, they have to go into the hospitals. Guess what? They don't have some of the flexibilities that a lot of us do in being able to be at home. So what does that routine look like? And if we don't get our routine right, then it's going to mess up our whole day, right? Now, so let's take a look at it. I'm going to touch on a couple of things that talk about a daily routine that I use. I want you to be able to look at this stuff and ask yourself, okay, can I do this using some of the tips and tricks and secrets that I'm going to be talking about here and apply it to your own life, okay? It's very, very critical now because the schools are asking more of us. They're asking the babysitters, to be teachers, if you will. Not teachers in the sense that they're certified, but hey, can you sit the child in front of the computer, and if they got some questions, I guess you got to answer those questions, right? Babysitting has gotten into, childcare has gotten into a bigger deal too. So we're going to go through a couple of things. Here's what I like to do. As you get into your morning routine, it's going to be critical that you have, what I like to see is a visual of what you have to do for that day. Now, the visual that I have up here, I'm going to go ahead and erase some of this stuff out because this is what I used last week as a part of my today. I typically have a board. Now, if you're rocking your home office like a boss, you guys know how you got your board that you've made into your part of your wall that you've made into a whiteboard. Right? Just a $21 paint, and now you have all of this real estate that you can write on. How cool is that? So what we're going to do is, if you notice, I got the Index Card Your Way to Cash. That program I did last week, and you can find that. I'll maybe leave some links to it if it's completely done. I wanted to create a YouTube channel. I wanted to make sure I got the YouTube channel for Linda and I's course, and I wanted to make sure I created a YouTube channel for my colleague and I's podcast. I wanted to make sure I put the stuff on the websites that I have. This becomes what you're going to be doing. It may not be this specific thing, but it's still things that you say, hey, I got to get these things done. And it makes no sense to try to keep it all up here. I'm telling you, that will drive you nuts because so many other things will come in the way or will come up that may get in the way. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of this right here, right? I want to go ahead and make sure that we get rid of all this stuff that's on the board right now. And then what we're going to end up doing is we're going to put in what we're going to be getting done for today. Now, being able to look at that is going to be one of the critical things. This is why I like to have something that I can visually see and that I can make sense out of very, very quickly, right? So now, here's the good part about that. I've got a lot of stuff that I wanted to get done for today. Now, here's the consideration. Just because you wanted to get it done doesn't mean it's the best thing that you should do. There's a guy out there right now that wrote a really good book, and he talks about sequencing. Sequencing. What are you going to do first? What are you going to do second? What are you going to do third? What are you going to do fourth, fifth, and sixth, or whatever, right? So that becomes power. Power in your sequencing. I like the book because I like this particular guy. He gets on YouTube and really rocks out some stuff. So we're going to be, being inspired by that, and then we're going to build out our day. So now think about this. What becomes the things that you see you have to do? Let's put those down. The order doesn't matter. We just want to make sure that we get it out of your head so that you can see it for your day. This helps build your day, helps you concentrate your thinking. Make sure you're focusing on the right things, okay? So we say to ourselves, I know that I have to do some web work, right? So let's go ahead and put that up there. So I got to do some web work. That means I got some websites I got to build out. I got some websites I got to add some stuff to. I got to finish up some websites. But then I say to myself, which one is the most important one, right? So I got to do some web work for mine, randyotterbridge.com. Right? Now, this is what you're putting this kind of stuff up there because you're being reminded of what you have to do. Now you say to yourself, okay, is that the top thing? I also know that later on today that I got to continue building out one of the workshops, right? So I say to myself, okay, what's next? All right, so that's build the workshop. All right, you guys with me? Okay, build the workshop. Is that the most important things? We know that that's going to be a multi-step process. Can you even get all of that done in a day? You may not be able to, so you may have to make a different choice. Right now, you're saying, okay, I know I have to do it. Now, later on today, I say I'm going on a show. I'm going on a radio show, right? So, radio show. Well, let's go ahead and put that up there. Radio show. Now, I know this radio show doesn't happen until later today, but I have some notes. It was kind of a last minute thing. I was called in. Hey, can you help us out? Yes, I'll come on. Right? So, radio show. Now I'm saying I need to make sure that I prepare for it. So I'm going to put some notes together. I had them send over some of the topics of the day, some of the things we're going to be working on. So I now know that this radio show isn't till 8 p.m. So that tells me that there's a little bit of time between the radio show and all this other stuff. Even though it might be on your mind, even though it's going to be some things that you're going to be thinking about because, of course, you want to go on and you want to be prepared. So I had them send me as many notes as we possibly can, right? So I know I'm going to be doing some ideation. And then I'm going to actually prepare a brief, right? So I might want to say prepare a brief. Right? Now, that takes care of that. But I know that that's not till 8 p.m. What am I going to do in the meantime? Now, guess what? I know I got to go to the bank. Couple of things like that. So you're saying, how can I sequence these things out? This becomes a deal. This is how Patrick Bay talks about, Patrick Bet Day, I can't even know his name, but this is what he talks about all the time. He's got a book out called Your 5 Next Moves. Patrick David Bay. Patrick David Bet, something like that. So, starts off with web work. Why is that most important? Is because this is the portal by which you're going to be sending a lot of your material to. So you want to make sure that that all your links are good, making sure that people have came to your website, making sure that it has done what it's supposed to do. It's no longer are we using websites as like expensive business cards. We have to use them, and we have to be sure that we stay on top of them so that they're doing what we need them to do. All right, that becomes the biggest thing. I know that's not going to take all day. It might take half a day for me to finish it and to me to do some different things because I'm kind of building it new, but I'm building it in a different way. But that becomes it, right? Build your workshop. That is if you have some time afterward. Now you say, okay, let me start building the workshop. That's going to be multi-stepped. So you're deciding how important is it? I know this isn't happening until 8 o'clock. I like to keep, if you notice here, I'm using the law of threes, right? The law of thirds, as they call it. Try to make sure that I have 3 things that I'm doing, but not much more than that. Concentrate totally on those things. This becomes a part of your routine. Now, again, if you are doing web work, that means this, that means this, that means preparing for the radio show, because what I like to do is repurpose everything. So we know that what we do here is going to end up going here. You see what I'm doing here? Being able to batch things together, being able to drop them into a sequence, into a what should I do first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, like Patrick David Bet talks about. Now, all right, now, so this one's happening later. This one's we're going to build out. This one's right now. This is just a part of your day as you are working your home office. Now, if you guys have seen my information and my stuff on working your home office like a boss, then you know some of this stuff gets put in, but we want to make sure that in that home office that you are absolutely rocking it like a boss. You hear me? It is there to serve you in so many different ways. Okay, so this being a part of it. Now, I know that I don't have a lot of other things that I should have on my plate because it'll get overwhelming. But in terms of how you're doing your daily doings, you are starting to look at it from the today perspective, All right, now you see I got a board here that talks about today. I got another board right here that says this week, and then I have another board that you can't see that says this month. I'm constantly looking at each and pulling from them so that I can make sure that I get the things in that I want to get in for the day. This is literally all I'm going to do for the rest of the day. The randyotterbridge.com site, finishing it up. Building the workshop, that's something that I'm going to be preparing so that I can present. Once that gets done, then I know that I'll be going to the radio show later today. That becomes just a very quick snapshot into how you're building out your day and getting all the stuff you want to get done. I get questions all the time. How in the heck are you getting so much done? One of the hacks is I get up early in the morning. Right now, today I didn't get up early because I know I have this thing later tonight. I got up later this morning. I actually slept in 4 hours. Imagine that. I typically get up at 4 in the morning. I slept in until 8. Now it's about 9 and I'm preparing my day. So I make sure that I manage my energy. That's one of the big considerations. Not just managing your time, but managing your energy. This is going to help you manage your energy. You look at a board and it's only got 3 things on it. Now you're not saying, oh my gosh, I'm just tired from looking at all the stuff I had to do. Now you may have your big stack, and I have papers and stacks and stuff that I have to do, but this is what's going to get done today, and this is literally how you're going to work your day and work it for success. Okay, I hope that's helped you a little bit. We got a whole series of how we're going to work our days, and we're going to talk about these kind of things, but that'll come in another video. I hope this has helped you just a little bit, giving you a chance to see, create a visual, put it in just 3 things that you have to get done for the day, right? We're talking about the law of thirds, and then we talk about the most important things that you're going to be working on until finish. That's the key consideration. Building and working those things and executing on those things all the way to finish. You got it? I hope that helped you. Let's talk again on the next video.